Okay, the collateral material, basically we're reprinting our trifold. We are also asking for a reprint on our Chief Pocatello brochure, which is absolutely awesome, and we're out of them. And then we're also asking for a reprint on our color books. When we go to shows, when we get information requests from families who say, what do you have for kids? You know, we always send the color book. The color book, kids, I know they're all into computers and games, but they still like color books. And the color book was designed by our native tribe, and so it's a real essential tool in our marketing to families. In the training, we request assistance to send staff, to the Grant Summit, and then also to the seminar, that we have here now, the I-Court. And then we are also asking for a hospitality seminar. I think the only bad thing that it can happen when somebody goes to the front desk or goes and talks to somebody at a gas station, when they say, what is there to do? And they say, nothing. Because so many of our people are apathetic. And particularly in my community, they don't know what's there. We need to educate them. You've got to show the world, before you can perform to the world who you are, you've got to know it for yourself. So we are asking for that funds. The sponsorship, we're asking for a second year sponsorship for the wrestling and also for Go West, and I'm out of time.
Very good.
If I could talk a little faster, I'd have got it more done. Do you have any questions for me? Thank you, so.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question. Yes, Paul.
Element 3, that's the, I think these are your
Is that
no, excuse me. No, element 4.
Okay.
Looks at your conventions. There's 2 in the state of North Carolina. Are these, and I remember you were saying there's some about sports. Are these campaigning to bring your sports into, what type of convention is it, obviously? I mean, is it trying to, hey, come to Pocatello for this? Okay.
Yeah, through teams, we got the USA Wrestling to come to Pocatello, Idaho. NASC, we've worked with some of the track and field people, so they're different shows, and they do happen to both be in North Carolina this year. Typically, they're not, they're spread out through all the United States.
So it's like a campaign for these organizations to come to your town to host?
What you do is, yes, what you do is you have your representative, which is Raul, and he will go and visit with them, find out what their needs are, and then try to prove to them that Pocatello would be the best place for them to hold their event.
Oh, so is this like a traditional convention where you're setting up a booth and you're trying to fish?
Yeah, and we have we have the appointments.
And I do like Montreal, Canada. It's on the other side of the.
Well, and that's NTA, National Tour Association. So that's tour buses, and we get a lot of Canadians, both the, I will call them the snowbirds, but the tour buses also come down. And so that's where NTA is held, because a lot of the tour operators that go to NTA are from Canada.
Okay. It moves around.
Okay, good.
And teams is something that we do as well at the state level, and Pocatello is an extremely valuable partner.
Yeah, and we co-op with the state on that one, so that's why the price is reduced.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Any other questions?
Other questions? Yes.
I do have a question from Mr.
Karen.
Code, and I've lost connectivity, so Greg will tell you what that question is.
Okay.
Rebecca.
He's been texting.
Rebecca, I think it has to do with the billboards and how that actually puts heads in beds versus somebody into Fort Hall for an hour or so.
That's correct. What's the purpose of the billboard advertising? Is it put heads in bed or to pull people off the highway to stop off for an hour to Fort Hall?
Well, basically, our game plan and the basic text says stay and play. So we want them to stay, but in order to get them to stay with us, there has to be bait on the hook. And so it is, both of the billboards both say stay and play with us.
Mr. Chairman, Rebecca, my question along with that was how many and what are the locations?
Okay, we have 2 billboards. One will be in Plymouth, that will be in Utah, and the other one is at Malad. The Malad site is really crucial to us because they do have a visitor center there, which if people look at the billboard and say, oh, Pocatello, I've not been there, then they might go into the restroom or the visitor center and get more information that we provide and say, how did we miss this all these years?
Renee?
Rebecca, I have one more question. And, well, actually, it's just a comment. Under the website, if you're going to be investigating into social media aspect of it, is that really enough funding that you're requesting? That's pretty modest request.
Well, I'm thinking that I'll use quite a bit of that for cash match. And this is all, like I said, I'm a dinosaur. I don't even understand, the social media. We did the Regal 360 last year. We're very pleased with that. We partnered with the tribe, and it was great. So I know that kind of new, invention is beyond me. So I really didn't ask for a lot of money because I figured I'll fly it.
My recommendation would be to really look at that one a little bit more. I think that's one that the council is very supportive of.
Okay.
And I think would be more supportive of funding that so you could successfully enter into that arena than
Okay.
the underfunded and not be able to do it.
Well, and I did have my administrative assistant's son came in because, kids from 5 years old can do more with a computer than I could, in a lifetime. And he came in and tried to show us how to do the Twitter and the Facebooks and all that. It's beyond me. So you're going to have to educate the dinosaur here. But I think that we have to. If we're going to succeed, that's where we have to go. So are you suggesting that I move money out of some other element and put it into that?
I'm just suggesting that you maybe look at that before your final application comes in and see if you have it covered, your needs covered with the dollars that you're requesting
Okay.
for what you really want to accomplish.
So can somebody give me an idea what that cost is going to be?
You'll probably learn at this conference.
Okay, that's why I'm here.
Just, I guess, a couple comments. We do have it 4:30 today, between 4:30 and 5:30 down in the lobby. You can go to a tweet up, right? So you can see them all in action. So
Okay, that's what I've got to do.
Well,
I mean,
there you
I've got
go.
gray hair, and I'm
anyway.
not pretending to be young, but I've got to stay solvent.
And then I'm going to follow up just a little bit because I kind of have an idea where Bill was going with his question too, and that's kind of something that's come up over the last few years with a lot of our folks in there in regards to the billboard advertising, and the fact that it is so hard to really judge any type of a heads in bed scenario. We had a presentation earlier this morning in regards to the SWITA group, where a portion of that was the Warhawk Museum, and Sue Paul, who made that presentation, mentioned that, they pay for a billboard that's out there, and it does great pulling people off, and, then they get a lunch off them, and then they kind of, move on. So, and I don't doubt that it has the ability to pull people in, or let people know where you are in there. I think part of the issue that we have is that there's so many other things that are probably out there that are better spent, that can actually bring people there, that we can get some numbers, we can follow up with that and be able to see that we're actually getting that return, that it's concentrating maybe monies not into that stuff. If you still want to do it, spend some of the money you have there, spend some of these extra requested dollars into other elements similar to, what they might be suggesting.
Well, I just know that my understanding is that we have 27 million people that go right past us. And the most awful comment I hear is, oh yeah, I go past you all the time. Well, I need to get them to stop and stay. And that's what it says, play and stay. You can be in the desert, you can be in the mountains, you can be in Lava Hot Springs. Stay an extra day. Don't be in such a big rush. Don't miss out on Southeast Idaho.
If you can get an idea of that they're staying somehow, and you can show that, I'm sure that it certainly is very open, to looking at that. And I'm not saying by any means, I'm not trying to put any, I caution sending a bunch of money into the billboard aspect.
I appreciate that.
Any other comments or questions for Rebecca? Thank you very much, and
thank you so very much.
I appreciate your passion for what you're doing too.
Pocatello is wonderful. Thank you.